Are you tired of being overcharged and forced into paying a monthly subscription for your Mac and Windows software? Well, if you are, currently we're having a 50% off discount on all the latest Mac and Windows software, such as AutoCAD, SolidWorks, Photoshop, Microsoft Office, and much more. Our 50% off discount will be ending soon, so be sure to text us "Need Software" to 323-405-1341. That's 323-405-1341. We aim to please, so expect 24/7 technical support, the latest premium software, instant software links delivered to your email, and PayPal buyer's protection guarantee.
So shout out to your old dad. You said your old dad had passed just recently.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago, man. I laid him to rest actually last week, Friday. And if the Yanadameeners can recall from episode 1, when me and you were chopping it up, my old man was a military guy, retired from the U.S. Army over 25 years. So it was a beautiful going away service, kind of like when you see in the movies with the 21 gun salute.
Right. Okay.
And then the
what branch of the military did he serve in?
Yeah.
Taps. Yes. What branch of the military did he serve in?
Pardon me?
What branch of the military did he serve?
U.S. Army.
Army. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
so I had a chance. Me and my pops, we would bump heads a lot. You know, father and son bumping heads.
Right.
And we had a falling out 3 months prior. And when I got the news, I rushed over to his bedside and made amends with him. And, told my pops I loved him. And he was in and out, and he understood me and nodded his head. I had to give him that salute sign. And he understood that since he was a military guy. And, he sadly passed away, told him ramp up the morphine so he couldn't feel the pain. Passed away the next day.
So now, to be clear, your father is a, original black man, African American, as foundational black American or whatever, people would call it.
Yes. So from my father's side, they attended the going away service they came from Philly and New Jersey. And trust and believe, yes, foundational African Americans. And then from my mother's side, from LA, is Korean.
Okay.
Yes.
So you are black and Korean. For all of those that feel like Mr. Stacks shouldn't be able to comment on certain conversations pertaining to B1 and things of that nature. Yes, many of us are mixed. And although you can clearly see, the Asian in his face, you can also clearly see, that original man in his face. So y'all knock it off. You know what I mean?
Rest in power, Papa Stacks.
Rest in power, Papa Stacks. Much love. Salute. So once again, here we are.
Yep.
With news that should be shocking, but is turning out to be all too frequent. Because I don't even want to use the word normal. That's what they'd like it to be. But I'm going to use the word frequent. It's all too frequent.
Is it fair to say abnormally frequent?
Abnormally frequent. Yesterday, we all woke up to the news of hip-hop icon, hip-hop luminary, Takeoff from the Migos was sadly and tragically murdered in Houston, Texas, at a bowling alley at 2:30 a.m. while he was just chilling, and his uncle Quavo got into an altercation, which allegedly led to, from what I'm hearing, one of their people pulling out, firing first, and hitting Takeoff, killing him. What the fuck is going on, y'all?
And he allegedly was a bystander, not even involved, right?
A bystander. If you watch the video, first of all, let me just pay my respects. Make sure you like this video, you share this video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so. Click the notification bell and click all. This particular picture, when I look at this picture of Takeoff, it's like you can almost see the humbleness in his face.
Right.
You know what I mean? You could really see, like, I don't see arrogance in this guy's face right here.
Right. You can feel the energy.
You can feel the energy of just like, yo, like I'm the cool one. Like I'm the low key one. I'm the one that's not out here popping off like that. I ain't no sucker or whatever, but I'm not out here like doing the most. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just cool.
I think you spot on. You spot on with that, Lord J.
Yeah. So it's like, you go on the internet and there's a lot of pictures you can choose if you Google somebody's name. But I thought this particular picture spoke to me, because everything that you hear about this young man was like, yo, he was just the cool, down to earth, low key one. He was minding his business. When you see the video of what led up to the shooting, and I'm learned my lesson. I'm not playing no videos here of no violence and all of that. They gave me a strike before, and I'm not doing it. So
did you watch the video? I haven't seen it.
I didn't see the video with all the bloody. They say there's a video with a graphic video with him laying down.
Quavo crying over him or something.
Yeah, I didn't see that one, but I saw a video that was moments before the shooting where you see Takeoff is kind of in the back. There's a crowd of people. He's towards the back a little bit. And then you see Takeoff in the back, and then you see Quavo having some words with a dude. You know what I mean? At some point, a scuffle ensues with Quavo and the dude that he was talking to, and immediately you hear a succession of gunshots. Now, I haven't watched the video enough to try to determine if it was more than one gun being shot, but it was a lot of bullets that got shot. And from what I hear, apparently, he was struck. Takeoff was struck immediately.
The coroner report said
what's
head and torso.
What's Takeoff's government name again?
Kirshnik Kyrie Ball.
Kirshnik Kyrie Ball. See, my son's name is Kyrie, so I know how to say that name properly.
He was only 28 years old.
Madness. My son is about to be 30 years old, actually. Um,
28, way too young, Lord J.
Way too young.
We got to stop with this violence, y'all. 28 years young, man.
I mean, you know, I was speaking about this last, maybe it was last show. You know, when we were talking about Kanye and all the shit that we got to get rid of, and you know, this whole culture, this whole death culture, it's got to stop. It's got to stop now. You know what I mean? Shout out to Knowledge Born Allah. I went on his show the other day.
Okay.
He got a podcast also here on YouTube. Check his shit out as well.
Shout out the name of the podcast again.
Damn, I know his name is Knowledge Born Allah. I forget the name of it.
Was 31317?
No, that's a different podcast. That's the 317 podcast. This is a different podcast I was on. Basically, he asked the question. He asked me the question. And I want to ask y'all the question too, because it was a very good question. Does the hip hop industry owe black people reparations? Let's let that marinate for a second, people. Does the hip hop industry, along with other industries I can name, the textile industry, the transportation industry, the hospitality industry, many different industries, you know, and the music industry as a whole, but specifically the hip hop industry, does the hip hop industry owe black people reparations for the pain and suffering it has caused generationally? Because we're in multi-generations now of hip-hop. We're in at least 3 generations of hip-hop. Yo, hang on a second.
Okay. That's deep, Yanadameaners. Put in the comment what you think to Lord Jamar's question. Does hip hop owe black people reparations? You could think one way without thinking, but when you actually do a deep dive and think about that, that's a pretty deep question. Does hip hop owe black people reparations? We want to know what you think. Let us know in the comments. This is sad, man. Every day it seems like a new rapper is getting put out, man. Right now they're saying to be a rapper, that's the most dangerous occupation you could have right now, man. Sounds about right. Sounds crazy. So put down in the comments, does hip hop owe the black community reparations?
My answer is yes. A1 Drizzy says yes.
Okay.
This guy says hell no. Yeah, definitely.
I want to know the reasons for the yeses and the reasons for the nos.
Well, first of all, and if we're going to talk about reparations from the hip hop industry, then for me, that means the whole industry. And that means the artists that participated in the fucking destruction, the willing destruction of our people. The ones that made the music. Yes, that's right. Hashtag accountability. The ones that made the music glorifying killing each other and all this bullshit and talking about, oh, well, that's just, that's just a reflection of what I see. I'm just, talking about what I see. And, I don't have a responsibility to raise these people's children. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Because art imitates life. Life imitates art. It's a fucking cycle. It's a loop. And
let me do an insert, Lord Jamar. What about you? Don't have to listen to it.
Right. I mean, when you're being bombarded with it, you know what I mean? When you're being bombarded with it at every turn, it's kind of hard not to listen to it. You know what I mean? When that's what's popular, when that's, when they make that the popular thing, right. And yeah, it's going to be hard not to listen to it. So that's a bullshit thing right there. Thank you, Maestro Fresh West, my brother. Maestro Fresh West, one of Canada's best.
Word.
Godcast regular and supporter. Word. Thank you, my brother. We appreciate you. Love you.
Word. You're saying once we're bombarded with it.
Yeah, when you're bombarded with it, it's hard to just tune it out, just like we're bombarded with bad foods. The food industry owes us reparations for the way they've been trying to kill us all this fucking time, giving us high blood pressure and diabetes and all this fucking other bullshit and heart disease and you know what I mean? And
right.
Reparations from these fucking pharmaceutical companies, giving our babies autism and all kind of crazy shit. Like, there's a lot of industries that we would have to go after that caused us injury as a people, as a whole. When you're talking about getting your reparations money, where do you think the money's coming from? Just the United States government? Like, they're probably going to have to go after, you know what I mean? Should be going after the industries that directly, you know what I mean? We're doing things to capitalize off of white supremacy and all of this type of shit. And not only the ones that fucking from slavery, but the ones that continue to exploit us up until this fucking day. Like these record companies, like the fucking hip hop industry that put out fucking poison out there, that said bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. That said, never hesitate to put a nigga on his back. Die, nigga, die, nigga, die, nigga. So die, nigga, die, nigga. Like, that's in songs. Like, those are real songs. How many times have you heard that? And nobody got in trouble?
Plenty of time. No backlash, no canceling.
Nobody got reprimanded for the hate speech.